Everyone, and thanks for coming out and watching this video. And in talking to in several trips now to the UK, one of the big questions people have asked me is, uh, or maybe not even asked me, but they've kind of abandoned the idea of growing a recruiting firm to scale it because it's really just too hard. But most of them still want to have a real business, right? A lot of people, when they got into this business, they really had a vision of creating something that was bigger than them with a team of people. And over the years, this business has kind of kicked our butts, right? So hiring people, the high turnover, it's hard to attract and keep people, typical immense. And I believe the real reason is most of us were taught the wrong way. I was in a franchise network and I was taught how to hire recruiters. I was taught how to get clients. But I can tell you, having built a $3 million business, I was never taught the right way to build a business, because a real business has a few things. One, it has predictable profits. And the key word here is predictable, okay? So a lot of times in our trips to the UK, and it's same here in the States, is placements are, well, I have this deal going on, I have that deal going on, I have this deal going on. And it's really hard to kind of digest where the next placement's going to come from, because things blow up, counteroffers, turn downs. However, I can promise you that there's a very predictable way to generate revenues where you can kind of know day to day if you're on target to hit your revenue goal through very predictable KPIs, using them in the right way. And then the other area to have a real business is to have reliable growth, right? So reliable is the key word out of that two-word phrase. And reliable really means a few things. To have reliable growth, you must have systems in place that make the growth repeatable in the client acquisition phase, in the revenue generation stage, in your hiring and onboarding processes with recruiters. And if you have that, if you have predictable profits, a real business, the next thing people want for a real business is business freedom. Kind of a business where you go away on vacation, you don't have to call in. Business freedom is to choose to do the aspects in the business that you want to do. Most people feel relegated, that they have to stay in the client generation recruiting phase of the business. After 10 years in this business, I really didn't want to be calling a lot of people anymore. And that's really when I began the journey of creating kind of what now is this model to give you predictable profits, reliable growth, and business freedom. I took myself off a desk. And for those that are intrigued by that concept, there's some things that need to be in place for that. So one is you need certain revenue to have predictable profits and reliable growth, right? So that's going from roller coaster revenue to steady income. Imagine having steady income where you knew month to month, quarter to quarter, that your revenues were going to be blank. Next is you were a pursued partner, right? So you went from annoying vendor to trusted advisor. And that means, if you have that aspect provides business freedom and predictable profits, meaning you've got clients that know, like, and trust you, calling you for frequent openings, usually retained and at premium fees. And another aspect you need is a self-driving business, right? So, and that's really going from founder dependent to team run. And even you solo operators that want to stay solo, don't tune out, because in an age where you can train like I am here via Zoom, this is a recording, but where you can do live trainings via Zoom or Skype, you can have part-time people all over the planet working for you, doing some of the things that are a little more rote, your administration, sourcing, even some recruiting, frontline recruiting on some of your assignments. So when you have all these things, when you have certain revenue, pursued partner, self-driving business, all working together, one really develops a real business with some freedom and predictable profits. So if this is intriguing to you, I want you to know you can attend a 2-day recruiting firm business planning event right outside of London in Windsor that we've got coming up in about a month, depending on when you're watching this, in about a month, in early December 2019. You'll leave with your 2020 business plan completed and tested by our coaching team. This is limited to 9 business owners. You need to be a business owner in it. And we're going to walk you through a day and probably 3/4 of step-by-step hand-holding into the nine key areas of your business. You see each one of these areas up here, certain revenue, pursued partner, and self-driving business. Each one has 3 accelerator projects to it. So certain revenue has 3 defined accelerator projects to it. Pursued partner has 3 defined accelerator systems and processes to it, as does self-driving business. We're going to walk you through an audit, kind of a self-audit of each of those 9 areas in your business, the 3x3, and then have you define your strengths and weaknesses. And then through coaching, we're going to walk you through kind of some models so that when you leave at the end of the second day, you've got a plan that you can take right back to your business and begin implementing straight away to develop, to take the first steps or the next steps, depending on where you're at in your business, to having a real business. If this is something that intrigues you, this is, reach out to, send me a note at mikeg@therecruiteru.com for more details, or call Priscilla on my team here in the States at +1 860-200-7153. That's +1 860-200-7153. Again, this is limited to 9 business owners. We do this boardroom style, and you will leave with a completed, fully executable plan for your year 2020. Thanks so much. I hope you're intrigued. And again, send a note to mikeg@therecruiteru.com. We don't have a website for this. Or call Priscilla. It's the only way you can get in at 860-200-7153. That shows the first one, metric tracking.